Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video, I'd like to speak with you about the coming inflation crisis. Now, before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses, in your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased owner operators and carriers operating under their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. As always, guys, big thank you for all the likes you guys provided on all the previous videos. Please do keep them coming, and let's talk about it. You know, in today's video, I'd like to talk about the coming inflation crisis. Now, depending on who you ask, some folks will tell you that there is no inflation crisis coming. Others will tell you that it is, already here. So, it depends on who you ask and on which side of this, of the aisle you're standing. The truth is that shortages, bottlenecks, and price spikes have all been seen and felt by all of us, including every truck driver in America, from the freight rates that have spiked up to the fuel prices that have also been on an increase. We talked about the semiconductor shortage, the computer chip shortage, the difficulties it is to build, semi-trucks, cars, trucks, SUVs, and all the way up to consumer electronics and anything else that requires a computer chip, which is pretty much everything in today's world. If you haven't seen that video, definitely take a look at the card here and watch that. It was definitely something to consider. Those of you who watched our previous videos may have seen the lumber prices have also increased 168% from April to April last year to now. We were experiencing some of the hottest markets out there in real estate, and different parts of the country are absolutely on fire. There have been issues with crude oil, plastics, rubber, different types of chemicals are in shortage, in short supply. There's short supply of steel, copper, iron ore prices have also increased and kind of gone quite a bit higher than they were. And tough to build a truck or really anything without steel and computer chips or these semiconductors that are in short supply. Now, as far as like food and things like that and consumables, coffee's been at a higher price, wheat, corn is at a 8-year high. And guess what? Corn is a big one because corn, you and I eat corn. And our cars consume corn through using the ethanol that's added into fuel, into cars, gas and diesel, and all sorts of different types of fuels. But also because animals are, it's part of feed, right? So cows eat corn, chickens and other types of birds out there. So beef and poultry are going to be on the rise. Next time you have a steak, it might be quite a bit more money. And it's definitely something to watch for. Now, palm oil has increased in price by 135%. We have soybean prices going through the roof at $16 a bushel, which is quite a bit, because if you don't know what the normal pricing is, this is the highest it's been, and the first time it's been this high since 2012. We're talking almost a decade. Now, the Suez Canal has also created some backlog in global shipping. It only lasted for a few days, but the ripple effects of that have been ongoing and consistent. Now, that's also being hit on top with the India's COVID outbreak that's threatening the biggest ports in the world, and with the United States being in a really good shape with with India, we're gonna feel this as well as far as global trade. We are in a global economy after all. Now, there's also drought happening here closer home. We're talking central U.S. There's drought that's hitting agricultural crops, and so it's coming back to, again, corn, a lot of corn, because the central United States, that's where a lot of this is grown. Now, deep freezes and the blackouts that we talked about, again, I'll leave a card here. We talked about this in Texas and the winter storms out there. Now, this really hit the energy sector. It really hit the petroleum center of the world. And the largest fuel pipeline that got recently hit, we're talking Colonial, that made a big deal because that got hacked, and that increased fuel prices. A lot of shortages were seen in different parts of the country, especially on the East Coast as well as West Coast in California. Now, Logistics Managers Index, which is an actual very strong U.S. economic indicator, and we talk a lot about U.S. economic indicators in our channel. Now, this one looks at the 3 key supply chain basically components, and it looks at them now and into the future 12 months from now. And what's interesting is that it's looking at inventory, transportation costs, and warehousing. Now, when you look at these three, it obviously affects the trucking and rates and everything that we worry about and talk about on this channel every single Friday. And it's the second highest level on record And in the next 12 months, there is no respite. They're not seeing any sort of decline coming up in any time in the future, at least in the next year. Now, what's interesting is that this index is extremely accurate. In fact, it's 90% accurate. 90% of the time, it's accurate in terms of predicting the actual costs in those three areas, which is a strong reflection of what we can expect in the freight markets out there. Additionally, the U.S. Consumer Price Index is up and at its highest point since 1982, which is a strong indication of prices that will continue to go up and not down. The Cass Freight Index is showing that rates will continue to be up and increasing, and not only in truckloads and the spot market for freight and truckload transportation, but also for ocean liners as well as rail freight. And the only thing that we know is that the policymakers are saying that there is no inflation crisis coming, and that in what we're saying, or at least what I'm saying, is that the coming inflation crisis is going to be a big deal. Now, I would love to hear what your thoughts are on this, especially having heard what we just covered in this video so far. Please leave your comments in the comment section below. Hold on tight. We're going to switch over the camera, look over the lows we booked for our customers, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back, guys. Let's take a look at some of these loads. We're going to start off with a regular dry van coming out of Sugar Land, Texas, going to Carroll Stream, Illinois. 40,000 pound load of packaging materials, 1,092 miles, booked at $2,600, got them $238 a mile. Then Bolingbrook, Illinois, going to Yukon, Oklahoma. This is a 40,000 pound load of food ingredients, 779 miles, booked at $2,900, got them $372 a mile. Then Clinton, Oklahoma to Clarksville, Arkansas, 44,000 pound load of general freight going to a Walmart. 323 miles, booked at $1,500, got them $464 per mile. And Springfield, Missouri to Dayton, Texas, 38,000 pound load of food products, 621 miles, booked at $2,300, got them $370 per mile. That was it for the week, running Monday to Monday. Ended up running 2,815 loaded miles at $330 per loaded mile average, grossing $9,300 for the week. You know, this driver's Houston-based carrier, wanted to, started off at home, wanted to be back home, and after about a week, we were able to accomplish that, made him great money at a great average, no complaints there. Next, we got a reefer coming out of Plainview, Minnesota, going to Hartford, Michigan. 42.5 on a weight, load of frozen vegetables, 0 degrees on a reefer. 452 miles, booked at $1,900, got him $420 per mile. Then Paw Paw, Michigan to Ankeny, Iowa. 43,000 pound load of Coca-Cola products at 32 degrees on a reefer. 445 miles, booked at $1,800, got him $404 a mile. Then Des Moines, Iowa, going to Bedford Park, Illinois. This is a 43,000 pound load of frozen pork at -10 on a reefer. 330 miles, booked at $1,900. That's $576 per mile. Then Plainfield, Illinois, going to Tanner, Alabama. This is a 40,000 pound load of alcohol. It was a dry load. The reefer stayed off. 593 miles, booked at $1,885. That got him $318 per mile. Then Athens, Alabama, going to Orlando, Florida. This is a 43,000 pound load of ice. It was running at 10 degrees on a reefer, 681 miles, booked at $3,000. That got him $441 per mile. These guys ran Monday to Monday, ran for a week, grossed $10,485 in gross at an average of $419 per loaded mile. Got their 34-hour reset included over the weekend, ended up running 2,501 miles at $419 per loaded average. Excellent rate, running Midwest to the South, basically runs ending up in Florida, which ordinarily might not seem like a good thing, but this is a very good thing right now because guess what? It's melon season in Florida, so you're going to get paid really well going to Florida, and great money coming out as well. Excellent job, excellent routing on the job of dispatch. Great job. Next, we got a reefer coming out of Bowling Green, Kentucky, going to Hickory, North Carolina. This is a 43,000 pound load of frozen food at -10. 395 miles, booked at $2,500. That got him $633 per mile. Then Marshville, North Carolina to Lebanon, Texas, Tennessee. This is 42.6 on a load. Load of fresh chicken, 419 miles, booked at $1,600. That's $382 per mile. Then Nashville, Tennessee, going to Jackson, Ohio. 42,000 pound load of meat. It was a mixture of pork, chicken, and beef. 384 miles, booked at $2,700. Got them $703 per mile. Then looks like Parkersburg, West Virginia, going to Muskogee, Oklahoma. 40,300 pound load of synthetic rubber. It was a dry load. It's 924 miles, excellent miles, booked at $3,000, got them $325. And they finished off with Van Buren, Arkansas, going to Portland, Tennessee. This is a 28.4 on the load of foodstuffs, 529 miles, booked at $2,300, got them $435 per mile. And that ended up finishing off the week, running Tuesday to Tuesday, grossed $12,100, running 2,651 loaded miles at an average of 456 per loaded mile on this reefer with 354 deadhead miles. They started off Tuesday from home with fresh hours and did an absolutely amazing job. Great money, guys. $12,100 in a week. It's been a minute since we've seen money like that. Next, we have a van coming out of Orange, Texas, going to Canova, West Virginia. 42,000 pound load of consumer goods, 1,078 miles, booked at $3,700, got them $343 a mile. Then Cincinnati, Ohio, going to Lansing, Michigan. This is a 44,000 pound load of FAK, 316 miles, booked at $1,700, that got them $538 per mile. Then Schoolcraft, Michigan to Wadsworth, Ohio. This is a 35,000 pound load of food. It was a dry load, 264 miles, booked at $1,300, got them $492 a mile. And they finished off with New Albany, Ohio, going to Amsterdam, New York. This is a load of beer at 44,000 on the weight, 576 miles, booked at 3,150. That got them 547 per mile. These guys did a great job. $9,850 booked over a week of running, 2,234 loaded miles, 349 deadhead miles with an average of 441 per loaded mile and 381 with deadhead included. Excellent average, guys. 2,234 miles ran. Next, we have a dry van team coming out of Rothschild, Wisconsin with a 2-dropper in Charlotte, North Carolina. 32,000 pound load of FAK, 1,031 miles, booked at $3,600. And that got them $349 per mile. Then Statesville, North Carolina to Nacogdoches, Texas. This is a 3,000 pound load of plastic articles, very low on the weight, 969 miles, so good miles, booked at $2,500, got them $258 per mile. Then Bossier City, Louisiana to Tyson, Virginia. This is a 10,000 pound load of soundproofing and ceiling panels. That's 1,182 miles, booked at $3,800, got them $321 per mile. They've then Baltimore, Maryland with a 1-pick 3-dropper to Kennett, Missouri, Piggott, Arkansas, and Wynne, Arkansas. This is a 24,000 pound load of tractor equipment. It was very quick loading and unloading, and obviously your load was getting easier and easier as you dropped off those loads. 1,041 miles, booked at $2,700. That got them $259 a mile. They finished off with a Paragould, Arkansas to Warren, Michigan. 13,000 pound load of plastics, 728 miles, booked at $2,600, got them $357 per mile. Now, mind you, this is a dry van, yet they ran Friday to Friday, grossing $15,200 in gross, ran 4,951 miles at an average of 307 per loaded mile. And during the weekend, they were able to stay at home with a load in their trailer and only ended up with 385 deadhead miles. So excellent job. And guys, if you want to make money like this, you certainly can. All you have to do is call or text us at 801-448-6363 or go to our website at aftdispatch.com/go. You can also go just to our website. There's any of our pages will have a small chat box that's going to kind of go through the bottom of the screen. You'll see that. Just fill that out. Takes 15 seconds. We'll get your information, get in contact with you, put you on our email list, answer any questions you may have. The bottom line is that you should be making this kind of money whether you're an owner operator or you're a carrier with your own MC authority. We do this all the time. Our videos are weekly. Definitely want to make sure you're subscribed to our channel so you don't miss these weekly videos. And most importantly, until next week, guys, be healthy, stay wealthy. Take care.